So, hello and welcome to Level Up Your Talents Abroad, a series of inspiring interviews of expats where we uncover through their story what talents they have developed. We are exploring the behind the scene because too often we only see the end result of their path and their career, but we're missing out on the process of what it really takes to get where they are today and also how they level up their talents. So before we diving into the interview, just a quick note to tell you that if you are struggling right now, you just moved to a new country and it's not easy. You probably feel alone, overwhelmed, and probably lost and you don't know where to start. I've got something for you. This is the program that I designed, Highlight Your Expatriation and Beyond. The program is designed to help you feel empowered to take the lead of your expatriation. It will help you to lead the change for yourself and also for the people around you. So when you join the program, you also join a community, the Expat Corner community. So you won't feel alone because you will be surrounded with other expats who are actually living the same thing as you. So don't hesitate, book a call with me and we discuss about it. Today, we have the pleasure of welcoming 𝗁𝘃𝗃𝗃 to this series. Hi, 𝗁𝘃𝗃𝗃.
Hi, Anne.
We are extremely happy you join us today. Again, thank you for sharing your story and exploring the behind the scene of what it really takes to level up your talents abroad. So to give everyone some context, could you please tell us when and where did you move and what are you doing today?
Yes, great. First, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to join today. Everything started like when I decided to quit my previous company, because before I was in Paris, and I joined like a new one by having the perspective of, okay, I want to move abroad, whatever the context, I want to move abroad. So 2 years ago, I joined like a company who had perspective abroad, and I joined them first in Paris. And I expressed my motivation that at a certain point I wanted to move abroad, and they offered me an opportunity to Hamburg, so in the north of Germany, and I accepted it. And in between I changed. I am now in Berlin, so I am in Germany since almost 2 years now. So I am a head of operation for the 𝗃'𝘃𝗃𝗃 group.
Why Germany? Because you speak German, or what is the thinking process behind that move?
That's a very good question, because I don't speak German, so it's possible. But to be honest, more than deciding to go to Germany, I really decided to move abroad. So I had like no particular expectation, like for a specific country. I was very aware of, I want to go. I want to try.
Open mind, like, let's
exactly.
go. It's an adventure.
Exactly. It was an opportunity to take, and I decided to take it. And what I love with my company is like one of the value is the authenticity. And I mean, when you offer this position to me, my English was like, like needed to be.
Proof.
Yeah, exactly.
Practice, at least.
Exactly. And no German at all. And they were totally confident by the fact to send me there to do this project.
So beautiful. Like, yes. They take a chance on you, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm really happy that I did it.
So you're going there, you're super enthusiastic, you love it, you're like, yeah, this is for me. So you are in that mindset, if I understand well. You tell me if I'm wrong. And so usually when we are imagining how it's going to be, and then when we land, there is a gap between what we were imagining and what is really going on. So can you share with us your reality check, and what were your biggest challenge that you had at the beginning? Tell us a little bit when you're what happened.
It's funny to think about this period, because I think I did my choice in like 2 months. I found my apartment 2 days ago. You know, I'm very like easygoing. So when I decided to leave, it was in this mindset. But so to give you a bit of details in terms of challenge that I faced, I won't say the administration, but it could have been, because German administration is like not technologic at all. So you have to go somewhere to speak German and to fill a paper, but it's not the man I had. But what was very interesting at the beginning is like I was comparing everything, and I was highlighting everything that we were doing good in France, and or not, but I was like always comparing. And sometimes, I mean, France was the best when I was doing the comparison. And I met a girl at a certain point, like in my job, and she told me that the best way, it was better to focus on what was good in Germany. And I totally switched my mind, and I was like, okay, this country is so safe, everyone is super aware, and the well-being is super important for everyone. So it changed my mind, and it helped me a lot to not be too focused on, okay, what they are doing different from France.
It's really interesting what you're saying, because it's really about changing lens. Like it's like before you had like the pink glasses and you were
Exactly
your reality in a certain way, and then you change like blue glasses and say, okay, that's different. So your reality really changed.
Exactly. And because she also moved to London, and she was telling me the same. I was focused on the weather. I was focused on I don't know, all these details. And she told me, switch your glasses. You will see like a different perspective, and it will help a lot. And I'm always thinking to this girl, because it was like a game changer for me. I had some challenges, but I just changed my mind, and I was like, it's not challenge. It's like something different that I have to try.
Okay, I see. So by changing your perspective, you realized there were not such big challenges.
Exactly.
And you could overcome them.
Exactly.
Right. That's awesome. And it was, do you recall like something that was the most surprising challenge, like a nice surprise, like the one that you didn't see coming?
It's like it's something that you will never expect, but at a certain point, I was not meeting any German because I'm working with Italians. I have half of my job, which is like connected with French people. And like I was like living in an apartment, but I was not meeting any German in Germany.
Okay.
So I decided to switch, because I was like, it's not possible. I don't have the German reality. I just have my reality with the others. But
so you were in a bubble.
Yeah, exactly. But my bubble was in Germany. That's it. And when I realized it, I was like, no, it's not possible. So I decided to change my apartment, and I joined like a flat share apartment with 2 German guys, just at least to get my, my German credibility of, no, I live with German people, because I was there for something, to meet all these people and to discover like a new culture. So it was like, it's quite funny, and it's like unbelievable.
It's a funny story.
Yeah.
But I like how you decide, okay, I like how you just walk the talk, like I'm going to Germany, and you're doing something, and then you realize, no, I need to change that, and then you change. And then you realize, okay, now I'm living only in Germany, but I'm only experiencing the Italian culture. Yes. I need to change. So it's real. Actually, it's a very, very interesting setup, that environment that you create. What were the nice surprises like you discover in this experience about, like, now you're entering the German culture, right?
Yes,
so
exactly.
What did you discover?
I had like, when I take a step back, I have like nice surprises. Like, first, I think I really love the way people look at each other. Like, they are very kind. There is no matter of judgment or categorization. I think it's like the main difference with France. Some people are like, yeah, no, in France we are not like that. Yes, we do. And I mean, it's more obvious in Berlin. Like, where freedom is like freedom of expression is like everywhere, in terms of outfit, in terms of living, in terms of attitude, in terms of what people are doing, but there is no judgment at all. People, they do what they want, and everyone is happy with that. So for me, it's like a big game changer, because I mean, it's a safe place, you know, but not more like with you and yourself, but also with the others, you know. They don't care. They are happy that you are happy. That's it.
Okay.
So for me, that's like one of, wow, I was not, I didn't know that. And I'm super like thankful for that. Committed with the first one, but people, I have the feeling that people, they live more for themselves. So I think it's linked with like the way they look to each other, but they care less about what the others think and what they do. They do what they want.
So how did you? So it's really interesting to hear like the freedom of living. Like you're not worried about what other things, you can really express yourself.
Yes.
What does this environment has changed in you?
But I think if these two topics, surprises, like spoke to me, it's like because it was something I was like not suffering, because it's like such a big world, but something I was like having the pressure, maybe like in France, it was something maybe I didn't realize, but I was, I don't know how to say it, but concerned, I was concerned about them. Yeah. So I just realized first that it was not so common, you know, you don't have to feel judged or to do something for the others. Just realize that it's not everywhere. If you just change the country, people are not like that. And it's like even more like obvious in Berlin, and now I'm in Berlin, so it's like, wow, I was not expecting this part, and I was not expecting to realize that.
Do you feel settled today? And what does it mean to you?
That's a very good question. And to be honest, I don't know if I feel settled, because when I think about my journey, you know, I left 2 years ago with 2 luggage, and I traveled Germany, you know, from Hamburg to Berlin. But what I changed also since I'm here is like I also decided to ask myself fewer questions, like about where I would like to be. I am where I am, and I'm happy where I am. And before I was like, okay, what's the next step? Where should I be? Where I'm happy where I am. And now I decided to switch and like, okay, I had the chance to be there. I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
So I don't have like any proper answer, but I feel happy regarding where I am.
So you're French, working in Germany, and for an Italian company. So it's a big mix, and I guess you have also other friends coming or colleagues coming from other countries. So you're really in a full like multicultural environment. How do you leave the culture difference in your everyday life? Is there one thing that stands out that you would like to share with us?
First, one more good question, but first, as a manager, I have to be very empathic. So I think the empathy is the key to deal with like the cultural difference in all cases. It always helped me. But something I had difficulties to deal with is maybe because it's like big difference with us, but the lack of flexibility of the German. Because also I'm working with Italian, the Mediterranean side is everywhere, you know, we love to deal with, we love to discuss, we love to chat. You know, there is like, okay, we have boundaries, but we can play with them. In Germany, if there is something decided before, we are not going to go away of this. That's for me the biggest difference, and it's difficult to switch from one to another, you know?
Yeah, I got it, because they're very like opposite culture. In the restaurant, how does that work? Because I guess you have some people are from Italy, and probably some employees also are from Germany. You have a big mix. How do they work together? How do you figure that out? Because you're the manager. So how do you lead that multicultural team?
Yes, that's very important. So we mostly have Italian, and they decided to come to Germany. I don't have the feeling that they have trouble of dealing with the German culture, but they have to do some efforts for sure. I mean, even that's mostly the work of the managers, that we have to deal with a different culture for sure. So we try to adapt ourselves in order to make everyone happy and to be sure they are part of the project. And for sure, for example, German people, they need like more, they need 100% clarity regarding what's going on, when Italians are more used to this authenticity and they can deal with like more situation without having the context. So for sure we need to adapt. And when I was in Hamburg, so I did the opening of a restaurant, and we were thinking of doing like a workshop with like cultural differences. At the end, I don't remember if we did it, but it was something for us like, oh, we need to tell them that they work differently, otherwise something will happen, you know. We were super scared of the mismatch, you know, between the two cultures. But at the end, I don't know if we did something specific, but it's very important to be empathic and to always consider the culture of the others. Otherwise, you lose people in between.
So that's what you learn as a manager today.
Yeah. And 100%. I always have been empathic, I think, but I think I am even more since I'm in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I take a conclusion of, okay, she replied me like a bit like straight to the point, is she mad? Is there something wrong? Oh no, that's just a way of speaking, you know? So it's very important to consider like a way of communication, a way of integrating the information. So it's like many information to treat.
It's what you have developed is actually more than empathy. It's what we call, maybe you don't know the term, it's actually cultural intelligence. You should dive into it, because I'm sure you say, oh yeah, that's it. This is it. So this is what happened. It's like how to interpret it in the situation, not with your pink glasses, if we're going back to the pink glasses, but with the blue glasses. So when they are straightforward, you said this is the way they are functioning, and that's fine.
Yeah, and it's very important to always have it in mind. Otherwise, you take conclusions that are not right, 100%. I didn't. I mean, many situations could happen if you don't take these classes.
Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. Thank you for sharing, because that's the reality of many companies having multicultural teams. And as a manager, sometimes it can be very, very challenging. Yeah. Reflecting now on your all experience abroad, what would you have done differently?
Oh, what I would have done differently. I think, to be honest, I take things very easily. Like, they offered me this position. I was enthusiastic to go. I went there. I was happy to be there. They offered me a position in Berlin. I took it. I was enthusiastic. I don't know. It felt. I don't want to give you the feeling that everything was easy, but I'm just trying to keep it easy. You know, it is like what it is. I'm happy, and I don't know if we'd have done something differently. To be honest, I have no idea.
Okay, awesome.
So maybe not.
What did you learn? Like,
but I think it's like a link to the previous question. It's like, okay, I take things very easily, but maybe I can believe in myself a bit better, you know? It's like, because when I speak to some people, they're like, wow, that's impressive what you did. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's quite easy, you know? You just go, just try, just see. And so I'm like, wow, that's right. I did all of this in 2 years, you know? I mean, we all know that, for example, it's difficult to find an apartment. I changed maybe 4 times my apartment. I had no issue at all without speaking German still, you know. I left France with 2 luggage, and I still have my 2 luggage, and I'm fine with it, you know. I'm traveling over Germany like every month from north to south because of with my job. And I'm doing it like very easily and very, I mean, like, so it sounds easy. It's not easy, but it's just because I think believe a bit more in myself. Not a bit more, but more in myself. I can do it.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe a bit more powerful. I think that also more than believing more in myself, I also have learned to listen to myself better. And in the context of my position, like having responsibilities in a country, it's very important also sometimes to not to stop, but to take a step back, to really care regarding what you feel, how do you feel, are you tired? Because you are not taking good decision if you are too tired or if your mind is full. So before I was like always taking everything as a new challenge and okay, let's go, let's start again. And today I still love challenges and discovering new things, but I have a better balance regarding me and myself.
Really, really nice. I like the fact that you sometimes you stop and you take the pulse. So say, okay, how is it going now?
Exactly.
Some checks, and actually to stop and look. Okay, I'm good. And how you feel?
Exactly.
It's very healthy, very healthy to stay a good manager, to stay good in your shoes as well.
Yeah, and to be honest, in Germany, they have like a very strong culture in terms of well-being at work.
Okay.
And very it's very important for everyone to be safe, to have a very good balance between pro and perso. So I took a bit of it and I applied it to myself.
Nice, really nice. To conclude, my last question. Let's imagine your best friend is thinking about living in Germany in a month. What would be your top 3 pieces of advice?
Ooh. I would love to get my best friend here. So I would say to come on, take the chance. There is no risk. 100%.
Go for it.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you start to ask yourself too many questions, you will never do it. If you want to do it, go for it.
Yeah. Really nice. Thank you so much, 𝗚'𝘃𝗃𝗏.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you for sharing your story and all these insights, and your energy is definitely awesome. And to our listeners, we hope that her 𝗚'𝘃𝗃𝗏 story was inspiring and you find value in what she shared today. Don't forget to register to our live Q&A. The date and the links will be in the description. And also follow us on our LinkedIn page. So we see you in another interview. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.